As you join me in the bunker here, aiming for this first red flag on the practice green, this is a shot that would put the fear into a lot of golfers. And I'm hoping that with a shot like that, I can show that bunker technique, although it's important to get the technique right, it's also very important to use the appropriate club to be able to get the ball nestling quite close to the hole. Now, for a lot of golfers, when they walk into a bunker, they might just choose a sand wedge because sand wedge sounds like the most obvious club to use. And for a lot of positions, like we're in a bunker here, the sand wedge is the right club to use. Sometimes I see golfers using the wrong club, and it's important to explain why there is a right and a wrong version here. Firstly, we need lots of loft. So I couldn't be able to play this shot if I was playing something like a 9 or an 8 iron. It's just going to hit the lip, it's just going to roll back in towards me. Then if I say to you, right, we need lots of loft, you might say, well, I've got my lob wedge, can I use a lob wedge? And the answer there is occasionally. Occasionally a lob wedge would be about right. But let's understand why a sand wedge is often the right club to play and not the lob wedge. A shot like this, yes, I need some height, but it's not like I've got the bunker face right up in front of me. In fact, if I was more over here and stuffed right underneath the lip, then maybe the lob wedge would be the appropriate shot because I need as much loft as I can possibly get. But here, 54 degrees of loft on my sand wedge is enough to get it out over this leading edge. And the other thing that encourages me and helps me when I'm in a bunker with my sand wedge is the bounce angle. A sand wedge is designed with a slightly thicker and deeper sole than most lob wedges, and that extra thickness and depth to the sole is what we class as bounce angle, the fact that the leading edge is below the front edge. So sorry, the front edge is here, the bottom edge is slightly behind that. On this club it's by 14 degrees, which is quite a lot of bounce. That bounce angle encourages the club to slide and glide underneath the ball rather than digging into the face, and rather than it fluffing out, it actually comes out quite nicely and rolls up next to the hole. Now, for you in a bunker, you might say, well, I don't know whether I should be using a lob wedge or a sand wedge or even a pitching wedge. And I would say, well, go and try, go and practice. And I think there we've uncovered something that probably a lot of golfers don't do, is they don't spend enough time practicing their bunker shots. They only practice their bunker shots when they go and have a bunker shot on the course. So next time you've got opportunity to do so, I would encourage you to stand in a position like I am here with 10 balls, take your lob wedge and hit 10 shots and have a look at not just the best, but the average and also the worst. Then go and line up again, another 10 balls, this time with your sand wedge, and play those. And then maybe line up another 10 with a pitching wedge and just see where you're getting the consistency, whether you're getting your best results from. Then try the tricky ones, try the under the lip shot and see whether that's easier to come out with a different lofted club. But I would suggest your start point for most bunker shots should be your sand wedge.